Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here and welcome on into a early LEGO Marvel 2023 set review. Today we are looking at set number 76256. This is the Ant-Man construction figure. It is retailing for $29.99 USD or $39.99 Canadian and is from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. It's branded under that. Unfortunately, this is the only set that we got from that film, and you know, I think we saw it before the film came out, and then there's a scene in the movie specifically with Wasp on his shoulder, and I was like, darn it, this is actually a pretty good choice for LEGO to pick for a set. Obviously, I think, myself included in this, we're all waiting for minifigures from the film. I think that, you know, some people think that the suits are a little over complicated and designed, but I still think they would make for some fantastic minifigures. But for now, this is all we got. And we're going to take a look at this, of course, up close, the micro figure of Wasp there, as well as we're going to do a comparison height-wise and size-wise to all the other Ant-Man and Giant Man figures we've gotten before, and also just showing you what this could look like as Giant Man. Pretty simple changes for this. So you can find time codes down below if you want to hop around to those. But let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at this thing. So here he is, Ant-Man. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the little figures, I'm a little over them, over the concept already. We haven't even had them, I guess, for a year yet, but we've got the summer ones looming over us as a threat, I guess, that's inbound, and then we've got this one. And, you know, honestly, here's the thing. Out of everyone that they've picked so far, everyone that's rumored to be happening, he's the only one that makes sense, like size-wise. Yeah, technically, if you want, you could use this as Giant Man, I guess. Again, we're going to look at the other ones, but I still think that this works quite well in terms of a character to pick for this. You know, him, Galactus. There's only few other people that I could think of that actually deserve to have one this size. And I think that, like, the helmet, depending on the angle, you know, from the side, I don't know. From certain angles, though, like that, I think looks quite good with the front build. I think maybe they could have come up with some solution to have it be a little bit closer to the mouth so that it does look like it's a little more connected. But this build here, I think, is really smart. Even this here, like, I think that's all really well designed. I really love the print here on this. Like, that looks really cool. It's very detailed. It is actually on the same headpiece that all the other characters have, and I think that the printing on it looks really awesome. Just how they've got all the shoulder pieces and everything there, I think is quite cool. The chest there, that is actually a print on that 2x2 round tile. That's pretty neat. And I don't know about the rest of this. I sort of wish that, again, because it is so detailed, I kind of wish that instead of like giving us prints for the arms or whatever, wish the torso could have been a little bit more detailed, I think. But you've got some little transparent pieces there. You've also got a wheel cover there being used there. And up here on the head, you could see just all the rotatability there for that. I think that's pretty great. And in terms of posability for the arms here, you can, you know, you've got a lot of posability. You can rotate around there. You can open them up a little bit, bend them like that. You can give a thumbs up with the new fingers. This is the first buildable figure to have the new fingers from 2023's mechs. And yeah, you've got this Nexonite shield with a pretty cool print there. Again, like I said before, a little unnecessary, but yeah, the posability there for the hands, I think, is pretty good. Like, you've got a lot of motion there, even on the shoulders. Over here, though, you'll notice we have Wasp on the arm, and that's done by just removing this ingot piece. You do get 2 ingots included, so you can go ahead and actually, you know, if you don't want to have Wasp on the arm, you can attach it there and you're good to go. So I think that's a pretty fun inclusion, but let's take a closer look here at the Wasp microfigure. So here is the microfigure trophy of Wasp. Really love that we've gotten this for the very first time here. I think that it's great. You know, we've gotten obviously a couple micro versions of Ant-Man, but to have Wasp here finally is really great. I'm so happy with that. I love micro figures whenever we can get one. Really cute. And since we're going to look at a size comparison of the Ant-Man figures, I think we should look at the micro figure versus the only Wasp minifigure we've ever gotten. Anyways, back to this. Obviously, the other hand here is the exact same. All right, moving our way down here, you've got the belt, which I think is a quite good build. I don't know, you've got the transparent red piece there, as well as 2 ingots on each side. And here's what the back looks like. They didn't show you the back there of his back, but yeah, there you go. This is what the back of the legs look like. You know, they're pretty well covered, I think, minus, you know, a few little spots here and there. But the kneecaps are built the exact same way as I think a lot of the other buildable figures are there. So it sort of moves with the knee when you bend it, but then you just sort of got to reset it if you're bending it forward there. The feet, you do have a bit of posability there as well. Nothing left to right there, but yeah, that's it for the legs. And if this is your first time seeing a buildable figure here in action, you can, you know, it's sturdy enough to balance on one leg. Might have noticed that there's a lot of transparent red pieces here. Well, that's, again, because he's Ant-Man. If he's Giant Man, he would have it be transparent blue. So what I've done here is I've gone and stolen the ambulance from last year's City Wave, and there's a bunch of pieces here that I'm going to throw onto this. So there you go, literally swapping out a couple of pieces here. A total of 5 pieces. I've transformed this into Giant Man, and I think that LEGO just could have included 5 extra tiny little pieces there. There in the arm. There. I guess the only thing here is really because of the Nexonite piece there. But I don't know. It's so simple to do. And it's just like, just go a little extra mile, LEGO. All right, so there's the buildable figure. Here is the macro figure, the Giant Man figure from Civil War. I've swapped out the hands to make it a little more accurate to this version. And just like my custom set, I've used Ryan Howard's head there from The Office, put that underneath the helmet, and then I've got the helmet, of course, from the Endgame wave of sets, as well as the torso and legs are from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then we've got a micro figure there of Ant-Man. So there is the 4 scale sizes of official LEGO sets versions of Ant-Man. And I've said this before, but nothing beats this guy. I think it was just so special. Maybe it was because LEGO spoiled Giant Man being in the film. But to me, this is just so much cooler because it actually looks like a large version of the minifigure. Yes, I think it could be a little bit bigger, and I'd like to see them update that. But to me, like, this doesn't have LEGO minifigure proportions. Like, this is so much better, in my opinion. And look, here at the end, I can't help but do a plug for the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania and Infinity Saga set that I designed, actually using the same headpiece that I talked about earlier there. And I just think that it works so perfectly for him. Like, look at the smirk here on the back. But anyways, you can check that out. I'll show that on screen here, and I'll link it at the end and at the top if you would like to check that out. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my review and comparison of the Ant-Man construction figure. You know, there's a lot going against this in terms of even, like, release date. It's releasing May 1st, and the movie has been out for months at this point, and that's because they switched around the release date schedule, and I guess the set was always slated for May. And like I said before, it's like the only character that deserves to have a buildable figure like this, but it doesn't mean that I still like these. I really am just over them, and maybe it also has to do with the Hulkbuster that just, no. Like, if there's a giant Wasp for him to sit on the shoulder of, I'm going to lose it. But anyways, everyone, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think of this set? Are you going to be picking this up on May the 1st? Thank you again to LEGO and Land for sending this to me early. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.